The Indiana Fever just dominated the Dallas Wings, or should I say Caitlin Clark just dominated Paige Bueckers. I'm talking about every single corner Paige Bueckers turned. Caitlin Clark was right there. Every single pass Paige Bueckers tried to make, Caitlin Clark was right there. There was nothing. This had to be Paige Bueckers. Welcome to the WNBA moment. Caitlin Clark was just a pest on both ends of the ball. She's dominating on the defensive end. She's making kick-ahead passes on the offensive end. She's hitting threes here. She's limiting her turnovers there. This was probably one of the best games I've seen from Caitlin Clark, and it didn't even come in a game where she had to score a lot of points. I'm talking about just from the feel of the game, the reads, how connected she felt with her teammates. Aaliyah Boston improved on setting the screens in this game. Natasha Howard was not as selfish in this game. Sophie Cunningham hitting her Sophie Cunningham shots. Lexi Hall not having to do too much. She comes in. All she's asked to be is that blue collar girl. She comes in and gives us just that energy. It was like Caitlin didn't have to overexert herself this game. And yeah, she didn't have the most efficient game. You know, she still shot 33% from the field. But she pulled down 14 points with 13 rebounds for C22. It's like, we about to jump straight into it. Let's jump straight into the film and look at how Paige Bueckers was just bothered by Caitlin Clark. In the beginning to the end of this game, Caitlin did not let up on Paige Bueckers, and let's jump straight into it. So before we get to the passes and everything, let's look at this, right? Paige with the ball. She sets a screen. Now, Caitlin Clark completely abandons J.J. Quinn early because she knows, I know what I usually do when I get blitzed. The first person I want to get it to is the person who's supposed to be short rolling in the help, right? The short rolling on offense, my teammate. So Paige is going to try to make this pass, and Caitlin is so much of a good passer that she knows what Paige Bueckers what kind of pass she wants to make. So Caitlin jumps the lane, and now when Paige Bueckers has her back turned, Caitlin sees the chance to get the steal, and she gets the steal. C22. All the way to the cup for two to take the lead at that. Like, that's just IQ. That's just, she's like a rookie vet still. Like, Caitlin, I know she's only a year two, but the fact that she's moving like this, anticipating what the offense is gonna do, like, she's so good at playmaking that she can see something before it happens on the offensive end because she's putting herself in Paige's shoes. What did I do when I first used to get blitzed? I would try to just get the ball out of my hands. So when Paige has her back turned to try to create a new angle to make this pass, Caitlin is just gonna come. Look, the minute she turned her back, you see is when Caitlin sprinted. The minute Caitlin saw her turn her back, she went for the steal. Just bothering Paige Bueckers. Once again, Paige Bueckers with the ball. Well, trying to get the ball. Caitlin intercepted. Like, she's just that good. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin is just jumping out every lane. She's not letting Paige Bueckers get nothing easy. She's not letting her pass easy, and she's not letting her catch easy. She was just bothering her. Look, right here, she knows the pass is coming. She literally goes and just jumps the passing lane and gets the steal. That's Caitlin for you. And she missed the layup because she got fouled. The referee didn't call it. But once again, Kelsey Mitchell playing great defense. And who's in the passing lane to get the ball from Enrique? Even if JJ was to get this pass off, Caitlin Clark is there. You know what I'm saying? That's what you salute Caitlin Clark for. She's there. She's always going to be there. She's that good on defense. And I don't know why people always talking about Caitlin Clark's defense. It never made sense to me. And Kelsey Mitchell missed the layup. For the love of God, can these girls please finish Caitlin? Like, she would have been cracked 20 assists by now if people just finished her passes. I was wondering where Dantes dropped it and it went out of bounds. I don't even think I'm going to pull it up. If I do, I do. But it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Paige with the ball, and you have Lexi on her. Now, Caitlin, who was just behind the defender, is now, well, behind her assignment, is now jumping it to front her assignment. And she gets the steal. Caitlin is that good. Like, she's just reading Paige's energy, her eyes. She's reading everything Paige is doing, and she's reading her like a book. Like, if this is not this looked like a rookie to a vet moment, and Caitlin is only a year two. Today just showed that there's a huge difference in these two girls' IQ, and that's not to say Paige Bueckers is a bad player, because I actually think Paige Bueckers is a good player. But this is just to say there are levels to this, and Caitlin Clark is on a whole different tier. Stole the ball from Paige. Got right by her. Once again, Paige with the ball. Picks the ball up. Who's there to jump the passing lane? Caitlin Clark once again. Jumps it. Like, I would hate to be Paige Bueckers trying to make these passes. And every time I look around, I see C22. I know Paige Bueckers, when she go to bed, she's gonna have nightmares of C22. Just anything, Paige Bueckers, anything she passes, she's gonna be scared of C22. If she passes her grade, she's gonna be afraid C22 is there. Like, it don't matter what it is, it could be off the court at this point. Kaylin in transition, dribbling, and I'm loving that now. Kelsey Mitchell is now waiting for Caitlin Clark to get to this wing before she drives and goes back door. Kelsey Mitchell is literally cutting back door before Kaylin even gets there. So right now, by this point right here, Kelsey Mitchell has already started to run. Kaylin takes one more dribble. Now Enrique is like one whole step behind, because Enrique is anticipating trying to blitz Caitlin Clark right here at the wing, and while being able to recover on Kelsey in the corner. But Kelsey slipping early, and Kaylin, right before Kaylin gets to their preferred spot, because I'm pretty sure the wings looked at this in film, like whenever Kaylin dribbles to Kelsey and she gets to the wing, that's when Kelsey goes back door. But by this point, Kelsey cut earlier than she usually does, and Kaylin finds her earlier than she normally does. And that's just a connection showing the improvement in Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. Usually Kelsey waits until Kaylin dribbles all the way to the wing, closest to her corner, you know. But this just shows the improvement in chemistry to me, you know. Now right here, what do we have here? When Kaylin attacks, if you was here since last year, you know, defenses collapse. Down to set a screen, Kaylin rejects the screen, goes downhill, draws two, and who's driving? Natasha Howard is slipping on the backside. Kaylin makes an impossible pass to Natasha Howard for two. Like, it's not a lot of people in the league that can make this kind of pass, and this is why I love watching Caitlin Clark so much. There's not a lot of guards in the league that can reject the screen, go downhill this fast with two defenders on her, and instead of making this tough layup, she finds Natasha Howard in an angle where she can't even see her. Like, look at her. You can see Caitlin Clark's hand, but you can't see Caitlin Clark. Well, at least you can't see her face, which means that Caitlin can't even see where Natasha is right now. But she knows the last time she saw Natasha, Natasha was slipping, like right here, right? Look, Kaylin, the last time Caitlin was looking at Natasha was right here. So she knows I'm going to go around her body and just pass it around and then expect Natasha Howard to be where she's supposed to be. And she passes there, and now Natasha's wide open for two. Like, this is a level of passing one can only begin to dream of. Especially in real time. It's easy to look at the film and be like, oh, she did that, she did this. But to do this in real time, process this in real time, is actually insane. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's move on. Caitlin Clark right here with a crazy block leading to a kick ahead pass, showing why she's one of one. You see Caitlin with the rejection on Quinterly. Kick ahead pass to Sophie for two.
Spicy Sophie.
Oh my gosh, I will never get tired of watching Caitlin Clark. Just look at her, and Caitlin let her hear about it too. Let's zoom in. So let's look at it up close again. Look at this. Get the block, and look at Caitlin. She hit her with a hell nah. Get that out of here. Look at Caitlin Clark's face while she's trying to complain to the ref like, ref, she fouled me. Nah, Caitlin got all ball, baby. She got all ball. I know it's embarrassing. I know, and the whole crowd into it right now. Caitlin looking you down. You don't want to turn around and look at her in the face. I know. I would be embarrassed too. But just as crazy how the fact that Caitlin manages to yell her down, still have time to get the ball, and make the kick ahead pass. Locks right back in. Laser pass for two. Like, she could go from talking to you to locking right in and doing a kick ahead pass in 1 second. Like, she's that good. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, this right here we about to play, this is what happens when Aaliyah Boston actually sets and holds the screen. Good things happen not only for CC but Aaliyah Boston as well. Look right here. Aaliyah Boston sets a screen, a strong screen. Paige Bueckers is struggling to get around the screen right now. You see how free Kaylin is. So Kaylin continues to go downhill, and she slows down because now she wants to see if Lee Uru is going to commit onto Kaylin, right, which she does. So she pocket passes it to Aaliyah, and now Paige is back on Kaylin, but Aaliyah has enough room to get the shot off. Aaliyah hesitated, but she ends up taking it anyways.
Bow, bow, bow.
And that's all I'm talking about. When Aaliyah Boston holds this screen, because I call it the strategic incompetence. When you mess up a screen, Aaliyah Boston was not holding screens so she could get the ball, in my opinion. And that's called strategic incompetence, when you're strategically acting like you don't want to do something. It's like if you tell your kids to do the dishes, they know how to do the dishes, but they do a poor job at the dishes, so you don't ask them to do the dishes next time. Aaliyah Boston setting screens, but she's not setting strong screens, so you're forced to give her the ball, and you don't have to deal with trying to dribble by your defender, right? Strategic incompetence. But she set a strong screen right here and got rewarded for it. Like, That's all we talking about. Good things happen when Aaliyah Boston holds the screen. Now, the Fever went on a 33-9 run in the second quarter. I'm going to say it again. The Fever went on a 33-9 run in the second quarter. They just clipped the wings off Dallas's back, and it was led by Caitlin Clark, yours truly. Caitlin in transition behind the back. Lexi Ho finds her for three. Oh my God! How can't you love somebody who goes back? It's eye candy just watching Caitlin Clark play, you know. And now the Fever. We already talked about the Fever going on that insane run. Let's talk about how the Showtime Fever is back in full effect. This was the best game I've watched in a long time for the Indiana Fever. Aaliyah feeds Caitlin with 1 second. Caitlin kicks it ahead to Kelsey Missile for 2.
Kelsey Missile.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Showtime Fever is back in full effect. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's go look at the Fever checklist for a second. As you can see, with number 1, the Indiana Fever checked off the 70 field goals attempted. Like I said, when Caitlin returns, that should never be a problem. Attempting 77. 40 out of 77. That's an insane field goal percentage. We shot 51.9% from the field as a team. That is impressive. Then you mix that in, that ties into number 2. Not only were we scoring efficiently, but the ball was popping like never before. 30 team assists when the threshold is only 20. Led by C22. Caitlin Clark. We're going to get to Caitlin Clark real soon as well. Stick around for that. But 30 team assists when the threshold is only 20. That's insane. You have everybody facilitating. Besides Caitlin Clark, Ari McDonald sprinkled in 6 assists as well. A quiet 6 assists for Ari with 0 turnovers. Nobody's going to really point that out, but shout out to Ari McDonald right there. Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston combining for 6 assists and 0 turnovers as well. Speaking of turnovers, that brings us to the next one. Under 13 team turnovers, the Indiana Fever only had 8. Like, we're doing it all right now. We're limiting ourselves to turnovers. We're limiting our live ball turnovers as well, which in turn means our assist quality goes up, our shot quality goes up. We're valuing every possession. Nope, not too many people's playing hero ball. Natasha Howard only missed 1 shot today, shooting 8 for 9. Most of those spoon-fed by Caitlin Clark and company. But it's just the fact that Natasha Howard, I liked what I saw from her today. She came out, you could tell last game, she was hearing what everybody was saying about her, whether it was in the film room or on social media. She knew the fans were on her for looking off Caitlin Clark. She got the ball to Caitlin today, and good things happened. Caitlin Clark, we're going to get to her stats in a few. Now, a rare stat that we rarely check off nowadays is the 15 fast break points that the Indiana Fever managed to score 16 fast break points in this game. Another milestone checked off for the day. 16 fast break points. I love to see it. And that brings us to our last one. The big 3 combining for 60 points. You would think against the Dallas Wings that would happen, but unfortunately it didn't, and it don't matter because we still pulled off a 19-point win, and it was definitely charged by that second quarter, outscoring the Wings by 21 points, 36-15, holding them to their lowest scoring quarter of the quarter and our highest scoring quarter of the quarter. Our highest quarter scoring of the game and their lowest quarter scoring of the game. Like, it's just when you mix those two things together, the Fever is definitely gonna win majority. Like, if you really want to put it in perspective, the Fever won 2 quarters and the Wings won 2 quarters. But the second quarter was the biggest margin of difference amongst both teams. Anyways, that being said, it brings us to our MVP. And y'all know who it is already, right? It's yours truly, C20.
Spicy Sophie.
I guess we skipping MVP. We're going straight to Fever Factor. But anyways, it's your girl, Spicy Sophie, with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 of those being offensive rebounds. And she shot 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. Shout out to Spicy Sophie. Honestly, Natasha Howard could have won it as well because Natasha Howard had 18 points with 2 rebounds, only missing 1 shot, 8 for 9. But I had to throw Sophie in there for getting 2 second chance opportunities, being very efficient from the 3-point line, still scoring 13 points off the bench. Natasha Howard is a starter as well. Sophie's doing this off the bench as well and still managed to out-rebound Natasha Howard coming off the bench. Sophie Cunningham played 21 minutes, 3 less minutes than Natasha Howard as well, so you can see why she got that nudge. And with that being said, if I didn't spoil it already, your MVP is C22, baby.
C22.
Man. Caitlin Clark. 14 points. She almost had as much assists as she had points. And we're talking about one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen touch the ball. Caitlin Clark with 14 points, 13 assists, and she had 5 steals. Oh my gosh. I think if not all those steals was harassing Paige Bueckers, by the way. She was just a nuisance to Paige Bueckers. She was a pest. Caitlin Clark showed her defense. She had a block on JJ Quinterly. Like, she was just doing it all out there. Caitlin Clark is just a monster, man. An all-around monster. Everybody, you gotta put some respect on her name. It gets to a point, you know, and she only had 2 turnovers. 13 assists with 2 turnovers. That was this was the most efficient game for Caitlin Clark. And it's crazy because she only shot 4 for 12 from the field. But I'm talking about all around 13 assists, 2 turnovers. Then you mix that in with 5 steals. Man, I could glaze CC for the rest of the day. Let me get up out of here, you know what I'm saying, before I keep salivating over this girl. But I'm going to see y'all in the next one. We're going to break down the full film most likely tomorrow. Y'all enjoy the day. Take the day off. Hit the like button. Y'all hit 1K likes quick last time. Let's see if we can hit 1K likes again for your boy Venom. Smash the like button, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Let's go.